I think everybody loves a good old alien movie, and the aliens in this movie, they look just so. Uh, oh god, how to even describe what that is? They look like the Reapers from Mass Effect, and they had like a baby with like South Park Cthulhu. Yeah, South Park Cthulhu Mass Effect Reaper equals ass.
Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet.
Sometimes you see concepts done over and over again, and you start to think there's not going to be any fresh ideas to this original concept. For instance, aliens. I've seen so many alien stories, I am a little bit terrified when aliens eventually do cross paths with us that it's going to resemble some kind of movie or some kind of, story, because there's only so many possibilities and there's so many movies that like my mind tries to think of alien concepts that are new and it doesn't come up with much. But this movie actually snuck one in on me. I was actually very fascinated with the idea here. It's from the same director as Godzilla, the one that came out a few years back, and it's a very similar movie to Godzilla because there are giant creatures that show up once in a while. But to contrast with Godzilla, I actually really enjoyed the human characters in this movie. I was very enthralled with what they were doing and interested in where they were going. And, if a single alien didn't appear in the movie, I think I would have been fine. And whereas with Godzilla, I would have liked more Godzilla. But yeah, the people. The main lead, basically he's a photographer, and the whole world is going to crap, and I guess, that opens a few jobs. For instance, his job is basically kind of to document and film and record all these terrible acts like buildings falling, people dying, and his job is to capture that and to sell his images to wherever they're needed. And it's a really shitty, evil job almost. It's depressing. And he himself is a kind of a depressing, grumpy guy. I mean, if your job was to take pictures of dead people, you might not be the most jolly guy around, so I can't be too hard on him. As for our female lead, I don't know why, she reminded me a lot of Ashley from Resident Evil 4. I thought she was just, eye candy, just a pretty face that was gonna, follow the main lead as he does the actual movie. And, she even had that, like, kind of grimy makeup face paint thing that they have where it's like they look dirty, but it's like really sexy makeup at the same time. She had that going for herself. Dystopia grime makeup. The phrases I come up with. And I've seen this before where characters, are kind of like the eye candy and they draw you in. But once, are drawn in for other reasons, they actually show that they have personality. And for instance, she was a very kind of subtle character. She was sort of just kind of this quiet, cute girl, but she had insecurities and she had actual plot relating to her and her backstory. And that's what this movie was about. It was about two people who didn't know each other coming to a crossroads during this kind of fucked up event caused by these fuck all aliens. And they find something beautiful within each other there, within this terrible, almost nightmare, if you want to call it that, created by these monsters. And I love movies that keep me guessing and they bring out new ideas that flourish towards the end of the story. For instance, this movie, I recommend once you finish it, go back to the first scene, rewatch the first scene, and really that whole scene will take a completely new meaning. The second that title card hits, you're gonna have a new perspective on the entire movie. And I thought that was really the nail on the head for this movie. That moment right there. And in the end, Monsters had some cool things going for it. It was a cool movie. It had its problems. The budget wasn't very high for this movie from what I understand, and it shows the hand cam shooting that got boring pretty fast. And these aliens, you know, when they're not glossed over correctly, they look pretty bad. That's what happens when you edit your movies on a laptop. And that's my message to close this one out. Leave the shitty laptop editing to ass YouTubers like me, okay? That's for us, not high quality film productions, okay? Anyway, on to the score. With all that being said, I give Monsters a 7 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching so much. As always, if you want, you can check out my Patreon, my Twitter, and if you feel so inclined, you can check out my second channel where I have a lot of videos going on, other fun stuff. Anyway guys, with that all being said, again, thank you for watching, and with that,